Western Day of school, but I figure we have it covered because, you know. But turns out we don't have socks. Or at least not the right ones for the situation. But that just shows you how important it is to have the right fit in all things. You know, socks are a funny thing. The right pair can go anywhere from being completely unnoticeable to totally transforming the way you walk. Whereas the wrong pair, those can make your life absolutely miserable. Does anyone else remember the story of the Princess and the Pea? Something like, lady shows up at the door at this castle late night. She's covered in rain. She's soaking wet. They invite her in. She says she's a real princess. They don't believe her, so they give her this bed with like 20 mattresses stacked high and 20 quilts. And then someone slips a little pea underneath all of this stuff. She sleeps on it, wakes up in the morning, and they ask her how she slept. She says awful. It's revealed that she's a princess because only a real princess would be so sensitive. It's just a story, relax. But I totally get it because it does not take you much to be completely thrown off of comfort and fit. This is all just super timely because my son came to me this morning and said, Dad, I need new socks because the ones that you buy just don't fit for this situation. Like, it's Western Day, he's wearing boots, but all he's got is ankle socks and all of his long crew socks have gotten holes on the tops of them. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Because of that, we're going to go get the kid his socks because he definitely needs them. But that got me thinking. Something has been missing from my videos. And I think it's this. Like, it hasn't fit right. And it's because I've been so addicted to these locked off shots that I forgot what it feels like to really be moving. I've been watching a lot of my old videos, and one thing I noticed is I was doing a lot more stuff handheld. You know, ever since I came back to vlogging, I've been doing a lot more tripod, a lot more locked off, a lot more cinematic, which is cool, but it doesn't always feel right. And it hasn't been until I got the Insta360 that I remembered that's the element that's been missing. Like, I haven't had a way to really move through an environment the way I should. But I think that's going to stop today. I actually went back and watched a bunch of my old stuff. And one thing I instantly noticed is I was a lot more active. And it wasn't necessarily that I was doing more. It's that I was bringing my viewer along. So I need to bring back this to the vlog because there's just something a little bit different about really bringing you guys along. Now, I know we always say gear doesn't matter. And I want to be very clear that that expression literally just refers to people making excuses about not making stuff. Like, once you're making stuff, then yeah, gear matters because depending on what you're trying to make, you might need certain tools. I don't know how it just, slipped my mind for so long, but, what I needed was something to make my vlogs feel more real. The locked off tripod shot is always awesome, always beautiful, probably the best lit shot I'm ever gonna get. But there are times when I'm moving through an environment or taking you to a place and we're going on an adventure, and I want you to experience that. I want you to feel that movement. And this is actually a perfect example of that right now. I'm driving down the street and I'm using the Osmo Pocket 3 and I am just steady because I'm on a gimbal and it just doesn't feel the same way it feels when I pick up the camera and I carry it with me. After I stopped carrying around my Sony ZV-E10, I would pretty much only ever capture footage like that if I was using my phone. And I don't use my phone a bunch because I hate the process of taking footage off the phone and then putting it back onto the camera or then putting it back onto the computer. But since I picked up the Insta360 X5, it's given me that feeling. Like, I gotta bring that feeling back. I want you to feel like we're moving, and us moving doesn't feel like this. Like, what is this feeling? Like, what does this feel like to you when I'm driving and the background is moving past me? That's not what movement feels like. The camera as a tool is supposed to serve the story, and it's about conveying an emotion, and this is not the right emotion. I say all of that to say that it is absolutely 100% all about the right fit. Like, if you're wearing basketball shoes to the bowling alley, like, yeah, you have on shoes, they're probably comfortable, but they're the wrong shoes for that situation. And it wasn't until this guy brought his socks to me that I realized that the fit was just off.
Do-si-do, gather around. Me and my squad gon' run this.
So you all that, and I forgot the ones I was supposed to use as my example pair to make sure they're the right size. The problem is there's boys, kids, and he's like getting into men's size, like he's creeping in, so I'm not sure these are 100% the right size, but they look like they're the right size. To further illustrate my point, the universe has just played the cruelest joke on me. I just spent way too long re-recording several parts of this video because this camera has this really cool feature where there's like two 3.5 millimeter jacks on the side of the camera for plugging in your wireless microphone. I foolishly plugged the wireless receiver into the wrong port, so I recorded no audio, and that is kind of what this is like. Like if you put something into the wrong hole, that's crazy. Just because it fits, it doesn't mean it's the right fit. See, if you plug it in the right port, you get crispy audio, but if you plug it into the wrong one, you get absolutely nothing. And the problem is the wireless receivers both show that they're talking to each other because they are. They're just not sending the audio where it needs to go. And you only find that out after you upload the footage. Guess what I just found out?